How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I thought I might go ahead and talk about, we are not that far out from our upcoming season. First season we got here in Colorado is our early September teal season, and that kind of starts around mid-September, kind of around September 15th. I thought I'd go ahead and take this time to go ahead and talk about some of my absolute favorite decoys for their price. And so obviously there's probably going to be a lot better, higher quality decoys out there that probably look a lot better, that probably hold up a lot better. But in my opinion, these are some of the best decoys you can get for the price. So whether you're just starting out or you've been at this for a couple of years and just want to add to your spread, these are some of my favorite decoys for just that. So, first decoy I want to talk about are these ones right behind me. So these are the Northern Flight Green Wing Teal Decoys. Now, I have not got a chance to use these out in the field yet, but just right out of the box, these things, I absolutely love the way they look. So just take a look at that. And so, like I said, these are obviously not the most realistic decoys you can get, but for their price, these things look phenomenal. These were only $20 per half a dozen, so about 40 bucks a dozen. I bought 1.5 dozen, or I guess a dozen green wing teal and then half a dozen blue wings. And I also got these Northern Flight Texas rig 4-ounce, 2-foot long lines, and these were only $15 a dozen for the Texas rigs. So an overall just amazing deal for these. I got the shorter ones, they're a little bit cheaper. Not really hunting teal in that deep water. Let me show you one of the hens here. Just looks absolutely great. Love these things so far. Can't wait to use these in teal season. And honestly, I would probably end up using these all throughout October, usually getting into November. The teal I've already passed through. At that point, it's just mallards and divers and some of those ducks that move later in through the season. But I am pumped to use these guys. I am absolutely looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll give you a look at some of these blue wing teal ones as well. And these guys, they look awesome as well. Looking forward to getting these guys out there. Just good quality decoys for the price. Now, second decoy I'm going to talk about in this are the same brand, Cabela's Northern Flight, but it is the mallards. And these guys I've got a chance to use all throughout last season, and they are absolutely awesome. So once again, not the most realistic decoy you'll find out there, but by far, in my opinion, the best decoy for your dollar. These guys, I've brought them out probably 4 or 5 times, and the paint is holding up okay. It does have a slight amount of rubbing here and there, but overall, these guys have gone through 4 or 5 freeze and thaw cycles, and they are just holding up wonderfully. And one thing I want to point out about these guys is, I don't know if you can see that, but they're soft and they kind of squish down. So don't be deterred by that. But the great thing about that is when you're carrying these guys into a field, they make hardly any noise when you start carrying them. That little softness in there, it just keeps them from clanking around. So you can be super quiet when you're carrying these. So, and like I said, give you a look at the hen here. I mean, once again, these are not by far the most realistic decoys you'll find, but for their price, I absolutely love these decoys. So once again, I also have Northern Flight Texas rigs on these. These ones are the 6-ounce ones. These only cost me about $20 a dozen. These are good rigs. I mean, they're not the clear line. They are kind of green. I mean, I imagine they do blend into a degree. But for I mean, 20 bucks a dozen to set them up. You just clip them on. That's totally worth it to me, and not having to carry around really, big and clinky bags. You can carry pretty easily 2 dozen at a time. Should also point out they come out with these little carabiners. Super easy to carry. I mean, they got beautiful little handles on them. I absolutely love these decoys. So the last thing I was going to talk to you about is motion decoys. Now, when I talk about motion decoys, I'm talking about spinner decoys. You'll use these guys to help draw attention to your spread and just overall cause a little bit of motion in there just to add that little extra bit of realism in your spread. But I'm here to tell you that you do not have to have one of these duck spinners. In fact, I'm going to show you something just as good. I wanted to talk to you guys about these spinning wing dove decoys, I guess you would call them. This is just the mojo. What you would usually use to go dove hunting. But these guys, I mean, they work just as well as any duck decoy. I mean, they are slightly smaller, so if you're, I guess that's the only downside about these guys. But these guys will add just as much motion to your decoy spread as any other duck decoy, and the better part is these are half the price. While usually some of the other mojos for ducks are going, they're going $40, sometimes $60. I got this guy for 20 bucks, so at times even a third of the price of some of these other duck decoys. So if you're on a budget, get one or two of these guys. I mean, they work just as well. They don't even need a chargeable battery. Just throw in a couple of AA batteries and you're good to go. These things will last up to 16 hours. Of course, it's not starting now. There it goes. So, I mean, these guys, gonna add just as much motion to your spread. Only downside is, it's a dove. It's not as realistic. I get it. And, a little bit of downside on the size of them, but overall, for the price, pick up one or two of these guys. Just give them a try, especially during teal season when you're running more of these than you normally would. Give them a try. Just test it out. If you're only investing 20 bucks in it, what's to lose? Go ahead and try one of these guys out. They work just as good. So, anyway, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would. So, and thank you guys for watching again, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.